God is good to us as always, and we thank God for life. And I know that all the resolutions that you kept, you set during 31st night of December of 2024. I hope you've been up and doing at least. You've started one of it because soon or sooner, as we all know that 30 days has September year is gradually getting to an end. Just 6 days, then we end the month of September, then we go into the month of October. So I want to ask you, what are you doing for yourself? Are you still waiting to get all the tools before you start something? You can apparently start with what you have now. Gradually, along the line, you'll get the necessary tools. And also where you so. So as usual, we are seated to gist you all that is going on around because it's good to know what is going on in your country and that of others. And this is the First Lane Show on ACF TV and radio. So here we gist you, we talk about trending stories, and Yama Airco so and I mean can be Ediatro. Now so Airco. One thing that I demand from you is to like, share, and also comment. Try and also comment and share for us, and don't forget to follow our page also. So 70 day baby and Airco so we've seen a protest and a call so that was on Tuesday and almost say that was from the minority, and I said the NPP protest and I just say penny petition concerning said the way almost no na fear show but for them slow and so protest same edit to same way so you who said Dr. Baumia and so a day the foul and so so things has been happening, things are trending, and air so what have you heard, what have you seen? You can also share at the comment section now and also abwa. So if you need a proper or an accurate place when it comes about your traveling, anything that you need to know about your traveling being documented, best set and now say even ticketing. What do you want? What do you want to know about traveling? Then please contact ACF Travel and Tour. Now almost only on Kasa Bibia here bia Omobayama na Bibia aye kama. So we did a story during the time and just say Yankwala and I say BEC Yankwala Airport not just almost I made series of stories that even Yaudabo can be talking about how soldiers were being invigilated by them. Not just say so now I'm not sure how a military man will be passing and will just stop to read once what the person is writing. You know, more kind of air cause fear and panic, and these are one of the reasons. So say, oh no, there wouldn't be no malpractice during the examination. That everything will be fine. Not just more so now in Chad the BEC was rating peacefully and results about. When results are out, every parent and every student dream they say obenya placement. They'll get a placement that is a choice of school. After choosing 1 to 6 or 1 to 5 schools, you are supposed to get one. And everyone's dream is that even if you don't get first from 1 to 3rd year, you are supposed to get. But when it gets to a place whereby you don't get to school at all, it's very disheartening. We've seen parents are almost protest palm. Now I say I was not hall and I say camp now this was about 107,000 BC candidates left without SHS placement and parents storm Janat Hall in team. This was in Semnibia. Nature said air trend there acquire hosem because I said earlier, you write BC, you thinking that you are supposed to get a school, but after that placement is not done, you check, you keep checking. Now you place you to any school. Now am I or how and the parents of this inquiry and call Janat Holler or Mokoche or say, Omontias, yes, said, Omombetime school. Now, the parents are so anxious. They want to know the reason. Ah, just say, not just here, share this 107,000 candidates or students. Now, represent 18.8% of the students are amateur. So you could see, say, not just say, a bit hard, 18.2%. Now, a bit hard, so according to a story and now air trendy is that basic education certificates candidates representing 8.2% of all qualified students were not automatically placed into any of their preferred schools. 18. The Ministry of Education through the Ghana Education Service announced the release of the results on Wednesday, September 17th, 2025, with students expected to report to their schools on Saturday, October 18th, 2025. So looking at this, they are just giving just 1 month. So I'm going to prepare no my school name and looking at the time and actually GS into Edia Manum now just extra Ministry of the Education their man extra because looking at from 17th of September to 18th of October and a parent or a candidate hasn't yet got or been placed to a school, how are they going to go? And already from 17th September to a year kase now just a time ne to 25th of September year kase there. Now just a 1 week about pound you get. So when it happens like this a hard and that's the more reason they protest and I said they went to the Janat Hall to also pour hearts to them. So however the initial excitement has quickly turned into disappointment for many, as some students were either not placed at all or assigned to schools and programs they did not choose. So at the Janat Hall, which has been designated as a National Resolution Center, witnesses described a scene of long widening queues, anxious parents, and also a general atmosphere of frustration. And Tibebrenano would be so mad. They were saying that they are there because obi opede school amaneba because opesane ba men in where choose school a very convenient for the world, you know. Yeah, turn out to Mehame, you know. People we mostly encounter most of these things, and sometimes my question is that when are we going to solve such things? That being put it at an end to this. When we see that all these placements are done automatically, then why don't we tell them that there is a cut? Wunya bibi say ya wunya school, and I wunya say ya wunya school, whereby I will choose more the why I never say you choose schools. One will fill the form, choose the schools that they will think it will to be convenient for them. But at the end of the day, they are not getting any of the schools that they chose. Preferably not even one. So sometimes you think about it and you'll be like, every year we encounter this day by day. Then they are solving. You know, a yes, Sana, a ma a dream baby, obi, what's it mean to Sonia me pay? Back to 5. Oh, dear, one mammy mobia, what's on to our Tomekra or Chine? So be so pede, no, your man boarding. So looking at this short period, yeah, 107,000 students. They've not been replaced, or has been placed. When are they going to get their prospectus to buy the necessary things? Our mobile school. Education is yes, some way am I in Ghana has it. See, I be compound the school because I'll put all the or how going up and down, eating, doing this, chop money. You want to say no. Then when there's time that you've asked me to choose something for myself, I do it too. Then won't me media man. We see a 24. The time is so short. It's just a month. I had dear mom so much to me come school so I on when ya. It's 24 so when you be and found. All right, profile of new justice Paul for Bonnie. And we know, say, as I said here multiple times, that not just say, yeah, dismiss Madame Gertrude talk on no, not just yes, so his president John Dramani Mahama asɛn Chief Justice Fufro Eddie Amagana NT after see a pamon no and I see a dismissing no we did a series of stories here and I say the petition they filed against us and near baby were course when a campaign in tray due to that a command say now almost year first one she passed now someone who body be a but go trade by and say nti yeyi no Justice Poba for Bonnie and ya nominating by his president John Dramani Mahama as Chief Justice of Ghana. And says here new Chief Justice and that is Mr. Paul Bonnie and Atisian. Alright, so this follows the removal of Justice Gertrude Araba Isaba Saki Tokono from office as Chief Justice and head of the Supreme Court in Tinachese. Papaya can I say that's a little profile from Justice Paul Bafo Bonnie. Then born on December 26, 1956, Justice Paul Bafo Bonnie began his education at the Gosu Local Authority Primary and Middle Schools and also completing his middle school leaving certificate examinations in the late 1960s. He attended Konongo Odumasi Secondary School and also where he obtained his GCE ordinary level and also GCE advanced level certificate between the 1969 and also 1976. He also proceeded between to the University of Ghana and also subsequently the Ghana School of Law. So whilst he was in law school, his roommate was with the late former NPP General Secretary Kojo Owusu Efriye, popularly known as Sir John, and also close friends with the former Chief Justice Kwesi Enin Yabua, and also he boldly described the three of them as a forming trio of village law students. In team, this a little about the manner to say our Chief Justice Ghana has said. So Justice Bonnie was called to the bar in Ghana in 1983, and also he began a judicial career as a circuit court judge in Kumasi and later served as a high court judge in the Duayao Kwanta, and also he was appointed to the Court of Appeal in 2006, and in June 2008 President John Ejekun Kufuor appointed him as a justice of the Supreme Court of Ghana. So in 2013 he was also part of the panel of Supreme Court judges that adjudicated and also the landmark election petition filed by the New Patriotic Party NPP, which sought out annual approximately 4 million votes of the 2012 general elections due to the alleged irregularities, and the petition was ultimately dismissed by the court. So now this is the manner Nature say His Excellency John Dramani Mahama yini so Chief Justice Emma Ghana after say Sake Madam Gertrude Saba Saki Toko no or no na yede no ababe Chief Justice Ama Ghana. So this was a little profile about him and Mabu Bosuno. Gold Board donates 2 million to Mahama Care in support of healthcare delivery. In Tinache say, health is one thing I want Ghana ha. And I say, young funny say, baby, I say baby, but Ghana had any my year come. A banner yaria, it is a yent me and son in 10 terms of chronic sickness. I am one cardian and money penny 80 me living longer. No, it's so much short that's endorse. Into a be move free baby back never dialysis. Who yare be a Timika say, so one cocoa lebu, one 37, one courage, one co UGMC. Not just saying, so imagine if you're in Tamale. Now it's obey Traquine Abadibia any idea. Into way and a Ghana Gold Board, not just say Gold Board has made a significant contribution of 2 million to the Ghana Medical Trust Fund, that is Mahama Cares, in a bid to strengthen healthcare delivery and also combat the growing burden of non-communicable diseases in Ghana. Into not just a way go fund bia his presidency aye and actually say amanfo betimi so de kakrawa atutum support na eniem o mo be hia ama hospitals ni bia they will get available tools, not necessarily the person coming all the way to Accra and say a nearby town na yes a wo bi e wo kro ma you stay there na nene manum ayama. So that's what they said when a God board for penny form said we are convinced of the foresight behind Mahama Cares and the capacity of its administrator to deliver on its mission to the use of resources effectively in furtherance of the noble vision. So that's the reason why we are making this donation. He said, "Enti na we ena omo chire se omo no nhyehyɛ ya ye papa John Dramani Mahama edi atudwa no eye ebeboa nti omo so omo keka omo ho ase so they urge individuals that if you also have the means and also if you have the capacity that you can also help. There's room for everyone to also help. Not just again na yamboa ni ye intimi enso so yare bi ano ade a kade e be hia ama yare santentem aba no then those things can be provided na amana ye fine. So you know say even someone like Kwame Sefa kind na say otimi eye Kokoko Foundation na otuto incubators edema regions any idea so far he has bought couple of incubators amama hospitals be into we no na say or chirema chire ne say. So if you have the means and you can also donate, you can also donate to the Mahama Care na bibia. I believe I will win. I'm ready to become president can Japan. So the flag bearer aspirant for the New Patriotic Party, Kennedy Japan, has expressed confidence in emerging victorious in the party's pending presidential primaries and becoming its leader. So speaking to journalists after his vetting by a committee set by the party on Tuesday, that was 23rd September 2025, you know, and Japan all say, who share the real crown or more to turn and on bisa and for vetting. Now, they could see so no ye winner. As a come boy January 2006, no, or near more quiet or primary no sham or no obey winning. And it's also the real almost so now no any idea they even have confidence in them in him. So this is what he said that I was prepared. I believe I answered all the questions that they know, and I'm ready to be president of this country. I say Dave Vertin really wanted to know why I want to be president and my vision for the country as well as the party. So I enumerated a couple of points on how I'm going to address some problems. So basically, that is what the intent. That was the intent. So they'll say, they know I've been a true party member for so long. So I didn't face any serious questions and they didn't antagonize me because they know my potential already. I say, and they asked tangible and reasonable questions. And also they were not sick and I was free to answer their questions. He recounted. So the Kennedy Japan, a former lawmaker for Asin Central, also explained that the Asian model vision that where he sees that he will develop the country. And see, you can't say maybe or see even or call vetting or the real bisa no questions ne krana they know say obetima be president omunim no obetima ye entina enya asembia na enye bibia bia you could see someone kasa omu believe in him entina chese na omu ya omu ankasa gidi say we die na chese oba be ye bibia sombo e dia magana na already wache mu so akase Asian nema na chese model of vision or cast or be no ni now explaining edema omo na chese o mu proof say obetimi aye edia mo na chese obetimi akọ companies bi a wo China any ade oni omo be kwa akokasa na cars obiti say Hyundai any chese Korea Samsung in Korea ni ade nyina no obetimi ni omo akokasa no amo for loans. So he also said that or say they did Also, what they did was that if Kweku Kwarteng decides to build a building and they ask for the cost of the raw material and where he's going to get the raw materials from, or say the government sends the money to the company manufacturing the raw material, and also they will give you a couple of months to tell them a couple of months to tell them the raw materials or whatever equipment they are going to use will arrive in 3 months. Into a budget say nneɛma bebree a ɔbɛkan sɛ ɔbɛyɛ ne nyinaa ɔbɛyɛ ɛde ama bibia ne asomdwe ɛde aba. So whatever he planned or said he would do it na bibia ayɛ kama nti vetting ne deɛ wɔanya ɔhaw bia because questions kɔ ɔmo bisa no na ɛyɛ questions ɛyɛ hu bia because ɔmo nim nea ɔno Kennedy Japan betimaye. So this is ACF Radio and TV, and this is the Fast Lane Show. And our Subuso Awutie Mr. You share for us and also like our page and just say travel and tour papa so dear ACF travel and tour and just say make our phone soon. The amount. Tier to answer their NPP will not be intimidated. Nanabi declares into the national organizer of the New Patriotic Party NPP, Henry Nana Boakye, popularly known as Nanabi, has said that the party will not be intimidated by what they describe as a deliberate attempt by state institutions to target and silence its members. I can't wait now. Party members phobia na chese omutimi echichi omo abroye chema wontumi any some social media activists be obi te fancy comedy phobia na chese omuchichi omo de handcuff edi egugu munsa enti we na omo ye oye chire bia omo say ye nsuro ehunehuna na chese this is a protest that they did na omo ye edi achire o mampeni say omo de omo nsuro ehunehuna na yese ni omo ye omo de chichichi omo nkrofo eni ade nenom entimi embehunehuna omo enye hwe. So speaking at the Yensro and Hunano protest in Accra on Tuesday, 23rd September 2025, organized by the National Youth Wing and the Salam Mustafa, and also he accused the police of bias in their handling of political cases. So he appointed the arrest. He pointed to the arrest of the Buno Regional Chairman Kwame Bafo, and also known as Abroye DC, as well as the activists Obama and also Fancy Comedy, and who were publicly handcuffed and also paraded after their arrest. So according to him, such treatment is not extended to members of the opposition National Democratic Congress NDC. So why do we have different laws for NPP and different laws for NDC? And he says that this is what we are protesting against, that weaponization of the state institutions against the opposition. I said this is deliberate, a clear orchestration against the NPP, and we will not be intimidated, he said. So this Nanabi criticized what he has described as repressive board conditions imposed on the party members, insisting that they are being used as a form of punishment. So I see you arrest someone and then you impose a onerous bail condition, and also that is the most unfortunate. I say we are telling the president, who claims to be an embodiment of democracy, to ensure these institutions stop the harassment. We are not going to sit down for any right to be trampled upon, he indicated. The protest was triggered by the arrest of Kwame Bafo, popularly known as Abroye DC, and also NPP, that was NPP's Buno Regional Chairman, and who was detained on September 8, 2025, and charged with offensive conduct and publishing false news. 18 Nanabi and Nachese Ochiechire Muti beyond Abroye no protest no Yahunkophobia Brana Chese Omochichi Omochema to me any some social media activity like the Fancy Comedy and say Obama any idea. And so when we now and who can one protest they say NPP for law and different from NDC for law. And to be or more year bia NPP no and one says NDC needs to ye bia or so infantile rather than say almost take his side. So this was all the protest was about. And away and Anabi in so this or some of the things that he said that they cannot be intimidated by what is going on. US deportees, government deports 11 West African nationals to home countries. So, government has deported the 11 West African nationals who filed a suit against the country to their home countries over the weekend. So, the 11 nationals comprising 4 Nigerians, 3 Togolese, and also 2 Malians, and also a Gambian and 1 Liberian who were seeking enforcement for their rights and also arguing that they were being detained in Ghana against their will. And also they also filed an injunction against their repatriation and also in another order compelling and also government to produce them before the court. So on Tuesday, September 23rd, when the case was called, the High Court Land Division presided over Madam Priscilla Ofori ordered the lawyers of the applicant to serve notice to the Attorney General and also Chief of Defense Staff and also the Controller General of Immigration, indicating that the case has become national and also international interest. So the judge said she had examined the order sought after considering the fact that the case was a national and also international interest, she was one on opinion it will be in the interest of the justice of the 2 motions between experts and also to be brought to notice to the respondents for consideration. So, however, Oliver Baker, Vomawa lead counsel, told the court that the action would not be necessary since their applications had become moot. So he said that the 11 West African nationals were deported over the weekend and also therefore sought leave for the court to withdraw the 2 motions he had filed. And he said unfortunately, when they came on September 18th, the court adjourned the matter this morning and also declined their prayer to grant the order to prevent removal in the interim. Say, it was against their will, so they've been deported back to wherever they were coming from. So these are some of the stories that not just a trendy with social media. And I say your word of news, and I'm in Sumako Sonny so, and I'm in Sumedia Mount, a major store, send also be a current now when you're aircom. And this is the Fast Lane Show. Yeah, the brought Tuesdays and Thursdays into Thursday 25th of September 2025. And I'm in Somatinasia, Mema Wehunia, El Coso, and Enya El Coso. So, Pachaya now I share, now I saw fully for more. Not just any drop be a swa, you'll be the first person to watch for your best travel and tour. Now ACF travel and tour. Also now may count for a diamond here crossing over to the world of entertainment. Near Oha, as I say, Dika, near DTA, and I'm in so many best sorts. So now we're Hunia Echo. If it were intentional, I would have used a better lightning to a savage on leak tape. So you know, a bedroom baby and I to a savage or a Nigerian songstress. Now it's an artist or Tonyon Pa and I all say do baby. Now it's sending leak videos every do you know. Now she was just wondering because the kind of people that were posting that on their site, and meanwhile those people, she even thinks that she's better than them. By the end of the day, they were always making stories out of what happened, and if it was intentional, the not just a proper light, not just what they are trendy, but whereas we been on any X, you know, now some not just social media, now I'm out for leaky videos, any idea, into our sister idea, find it so share that's all bad, or better almost say, and then proper lightning. Now or the or say I was bad for my sex video. A lot of people think I was just trying to get sympathy. Or see even people with platforms that are quite horrible blamed me, she stated. So I said I don't know how they couldn't see me as the victim in this. Or see, they said I did this to be relevant. Or see, if I were doing that, I would have been intentional about it. I would have used better lighting, lingerie, and also a facial expression that would have been on point. So she said, into that it was savage, and na all can say, or says I didn't have a pa, and much as say, oh, Lucy, so much confidence. But thank God said, she's back on her feet. Davido joins Recording Academy as Grammys voting member. So Afrobeat star David Adekele, popularly known as Davido, has officially joined the Recording Academy as a Grammy voting member. Nti yeka Grammy and say musicians with bread started to I wish to be as Grammy. Even familiar cracker, you know Grammy no na eba Los Angeles, US one of big awards pa mo organizing my we are singing na just say you nominate to crampa we will be until we've seen the likes of people na see y'all nominate you on pen our Ghana ha and so now it's so meant to me award you know but as we speak not just a Davido our Nigerian artist now says he has been nominated so a 14 member and someone on scrutinizing idea mama for a before more any idea. So the Academy, which organized a prestigious Grammy Awards, announced that in this induction in a video posted on Instagram on Tuesday. So Recording Academy voting member are responsible for vetting entries, nominating and also ultimately selecting Grammy winners. So the 68th annual Grammy Awards will be held on February 1st, 2026 at the Crypto.com Arena, Los Angeles. So Davido will join Raven Lene and also Offset, Jesse Reyes and also Zach Brown, Anya Kiko Mayes and also Miles Minnick and also Maya Elizabeth, Damien Sneed, Darius and also the Stewart Copeland as part of the Academy for the 2026 Grammys 18. To qualify, applicants must be active performers and also songwriters, producers, engineers, instrumentalists, or creators currently working in the recording industry. And not just a criteria bet me and also bet me and nominate you Grammys. I don't know. So this was what I just said. A trendy Instagram and I just say yeah, need just so they must hold 6 credits on at least 6 commercially released tracks within the past 5 years, and also candidates must also show active industry engagement, pay annual dues to the maintain good standing with the academy. So applications undergo evaluation by diverse panel of professionals across genres before final approval of the board of trustees. And also speaking on this selection, the timeless hitmaker expressed excitement about contributing to the Grammy voting process. So understanding the importance of how our voices are heard and participating in the Grammy Award process is a game changer. I say I have learned that voting empowers you to have a say in what is considered and voting on each other award reason. And he said that I'm honored to be part of the Recording Academy community and I look forward to voting. The unavailable crew now said. So including the 3 at the 66th Grammy Awards in 2024 and also one in 2025. He was nominated for Best African Music Performance in 2025 alongside Burna Boy, Yemi Alade, Tems, Ashake, and also Wizkid. So his collaboration with Chris Brown and Lojay also made the list, but Tems edged them out to win. And also, despite multiple nominations, Davido has yet to secure a Grammy win. So at least the African yenya will be on also at least he will help to scrutinize your musicians maybe. So we pray that most people are nice so munya ya almost be do Grammys and their wish will be heard now be so I come. So we wish him all the best, that this new journey that all everything will be fine. There will not be any African mentality there. Then everything will be done perfectly and nicely. No one should be sad. Apostle Safo Kantanka Ore Kani incarnate Ajaglaja. Now it's at the demise of Kantanka. Not just overcome same be braining, same ni be overcome. When he said, not just 3 days in Sobeto, Emma Yadikanwa Sem Ewaha, and the news was broken on a Saturday, but in reality, no, not to say he passed on Thursday, and a whole lot of people confirmed the cloudy and also the cloudy weather and also a bit of rainfalls in their individual areas. It's this one time because the family should not mourn the man too much because he reincarnates and wherever he will be buried, that soil will be a blessing unto people of his church, and also the reincarnation will come through one of the people sorry and I say and that's what he said. I say no one should be sad. The apostle will reincarnate. He will return in a different form, born through one of his close aliens and also in the church, Ajagulaja said. So I say the very soil from apostles of Sappho's burial will perform miracle for those who were unable to achieve their breakthrough while he was alive. Rest assured that you will find your breakthrough now that he has passed. So he said. So the death of Apostle Dr. Kojo Safo Kantanka was confirmed by his family in a statement signed by his daughter, former Domi Kwabinya, MP Sarah Ajua Safo. In a statement, she noted that Apostle Kojo Safo died on September 11, 2025. Shatawale willingly offered to sponsor my rapper Holic concert. So this is what na social media no is a group bra a group bebre na say na just a rapper Holic na just a sa kwadi say afi we die or the air kokuma say na so ne abusuafo akwankwhwe e dia bom na say poly 10 years there so on back to the root into the roots now all koni say rapperholic 27th of this month year now kuma say ebe flu koto say ebe kikimpa ewo ho because na say amount for so amakom ohwe board ne so Shatawale medical fa say one movie just a whole lot of artists into way and interview and old Moka said Shatawale decided and offered the help willingly into the car be or the year round be Kumase car at the artist name free her at the upper stage and I say ho nano nina shagzi and omobe used to it way and no chill yes and say I didn't see and a stone boy and a black sheriff any billboard ne so not a time difference and you'll be an a bit to me our billboard ne so it's chest so bit my free be not just in the time then she they can reach out to everyone into not just say time and so home. To say almost all those who have heard about the event called me to include them. Or say I find it difficult to call for help, but most of them told me that they want to support. For example, Shatawale reached out or say he started with Shagzy and also all the cars that are moving out with right now are for Shatawale and also the ones that will convey the artists to the event are all sponsored by Shatawale, he said. So when asked musicians like Stonebwoy and answer Blanco, most of the artists won't be able to come because of the timing. We can't say we will reach out to everybody, he added. Into natural say we and Shatawale so Edekaya Edefa say Southward the Edekafa near Rapperholic was Kumasi says plenty of them majority now of the musicians now a friend reaching out say they will support Omobeba one any idea as a Shatawale podi a car or used to any idea in nano or no and artists who found Canadian artists ebeba events ho in nano. So this is what we are looking for, unity among our creative arts people. Not just so this is a beautiful thing to do, supporting a brother. The bromance is so nice. So we thank God for this togetherness, that we pray that it will go higher. Na MBA bibi na amount so intimacy and because when we talk about creative arts industry in Ghana here, and she in Christ. All Alright, in summer, there's a trendy beardy candy. I'm a cautious in the world of entertainment as well as in the world of news. And I'm a just more ever has it is a sorry son. Now, Miss Cheryl say, Oba follow ya, follow ya, follow us, and also comment and also leave us our thoughts. Not just say, yes, so you're back in kind of the year, Juan so and the amount. And tea says, yeah, dear, men call no being do sick when it comes to traveling. Go to the best way I'll be to me, and as the best place you can go, I'll be to me, I or traveling. Aye easy edi ama na obi enkodi usika any idea nti eno ani say obekọ ACF traveling to ofa your numbers ne wo ho na chese bibia be kama edi ama wa na woni omadi nkita wo na pese on bi se bia ye edi ama. So this is a book launch, you know, your sister ope bibi edi ahye bibi mu ama African dia na chese fashion book mu, which is not like that. It's not supposed to be so. Say Becca say Africa for the pay book near there. So this is a book launch. You see, it's good to read. If you read, it opens your mind. It makes you to be smart, like a more open-minded person. So because a whole lot of things are in books, people read are good creative thinkers. So one thing that you cannot take away as a human is reading good books. It's good to read books. So this is a book launch. Say by Eric Boache Echampon, or see the dilemma of Atuampoma. The dilemma of Atuampoma. So this is a book launch, say Eba Bebaso by Eric Boache Echampon. So on the 2nd of October, on the 3rd of October 2025. So this is a book launch. Ebaswa encheya na ebaso by Eric Boache Echampon, and the title of the book is The Dilemma of Atuampoma, an African youth at the crossroads. In the book there. Yes, so let's all go in our numbers to go and support on the 3rd of October 2025. Now, Mr. Also, wakwa koye ako support. So book launch there. Idea book parking kind. And they be an obibetia catch show. Sometimes get information yourself. And one thing about book is that when you start to read, you discover a whole lot of things that you never thought could be found there. And I recommend this book to everyone as our brother is launching it, The Dilemma of Atuampoma, and an African Youth at the Crossroads by Eric Boache Echampon on the 3rd of October 2025. And I so 18. Mr. Let's go. Na support na bibia enya kamaka. My name is Ohima Shudi. Thank you so much for staying with me till this time. I'm sure. No, okay, say now happy weekend. Now, so we are approaching the weekend. Last weekend was a long weekend because not just the Founders Day. The founder, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. And if you didn't know, in the past 8 years or 4 years, a best sign because his former presidents, not just say, or the Founders Day, Nika say, and your Dr. Kwame Nkrumah in a future Founders Day, not on Modos, no, or yeah, the founders, no. Now, the JB Dampa or Big Six Nina Eka, and a Kwame Nkrumah Beka, when Manina, Equia Founders Day back home, until then, we 5th of August, and see His Excellency Dramani Mahama Subayeno. You can amend and also take some and add some, as our constitution says. And also the Ababa said the only founder we know for Ghana, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. Back to 21st September, send another dada no, yedi na Nkrumah birthday, no Sunday Ababa. That was the reason I a long weekend, because on the 21st of September was on Sunday. It's in a shift called Monday. No. So if you didn't know much about this holiday, like I said, this is a little. Say ya shift every 5th August, Eddie Ababa share 21st September back. Said the dada no. Sana na yedi no. Me do be asking yambo next week. Your best answer is share.